Johnny, Lena, I feel so happy today because you told me earlier that I helped you work through something that had been bothering you. I didn't know how much it was bothering you. I never know how much things are bothering me until I work through them with you. And that's just great. Um, and you guided me specifically to this. It's called brainwave brain hemisphere synchronization, which synchronizes the left and the right sides of the brain through sound waves. But this video is very nice because it also has an accompanying wave illustration. Do you think it's helpful as well, the visual? Everything, it's ultra sensory. That's why I liked you to tune into this one. We listened to it in the dark room before we watched the video, and I only just checked out the video now, and I said, "Wow, this is really nice." But we did, we were meditating with our eyes closed first, and the sound is very balancing. So John is very particular about the videos that he um, suggests for our meditation. If he gets them off of YouTube, he will go down the list and look at them and be very specific. No, not that. Nope, not that one. Nope, nope. Just by looking at it, and we don't even click on them. He just tells me to keep going until we find one that he says, yeah, this one. So how do you make your I purely the vibration of the creator of the video comes through me. I see. Yeah, it's purely the creation of that, the vibration of the people who create it. Now, this person is a bona fide sound healer and has worked with sound waves for many, many years. And he is specifically guided in their work. And I say he because I see them as a dual team. Okay. They are like these two strands, these two threads of vibrations. They are a team, like you and I. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Lena. So as night falls, it's just sun has just gone down. I think we're going to get up, and after this meditation is through, and we're going to work on our octagon reflector art project. Yes. And this is going to be really, really beautiful. And I've got to look it up, but the octagon, symbol of the octagon, especially accompanied by reflections and mirrors, is a major Oh, Johnny, I just saw you. He's over there. He's playing tricks with me. I just saw him. He's... Explain that, because I'm also lying here with you. Yeah, that's why you freaked me out. He can do that. He has his arms around me and we're laying down here very comfortably. But then I saw him like pop his head right over here where my leg is. Yeah. Like, hey, and like a little wave. Little shadow man. Yeah. That's me, but I'm a good shadow. I'm just your shadow, you know? Yeah. Oh, I know. Me and my shadow. So, I'm so glad you feel better about that whole Eric Clapton thing. It's silly, but I know how you feel. And the analogy to when I used, you drunk dial people, And then the next day you're like, who did I call last night? And that feeling. I understand that so much. And I have nothing but empathy and sympathy for you and for everybody involved in that whole scene. Yeah, Eric and Yoko and everybody. I mean, it was a weird time, and the Beatles were such an iconic phenomenon, and everybody just felt like they owned you guys as a single beast. Like a caged animal. Cage the elephant. Yeah, there's my elephant. Well, you can't see it. It's dark in here, but I love my stuffed elephant. I've been hugging that elephant and napping with it and using it as a pillow. I know she's so soft. Now you're calling it a she. Well, it can be both. Yeah, doesn't have any sex organs. Show it real quick. All right. Can we see it? Can we see that elephant really quick? There it is. See? It's never far. She's already getting pretty careworn. Oh, well, that's okay. Her ears are very, very soft. Yeah. The ears remind me of my dog Girly. That's why I love this elephant too. Anyway, the weather is getting more beautiful again. It's sort of an Indian summer. The next few days are going to be up in the low 80s and very, very sunny out. So I think we're going to be having a terrific week leading into the weekend. I think it's supposed to be pure, gorgeous, low humidity sunshine here in New York City for the next 6 days or so. And also, I said earlier to Christopher and John, I can't believe tomorrow is September 11th, the anniversary of the Twin Towers going down. That comes around so fast, just like all the seasons do come around so fast. But I can't believe I so remember that day like it was yesterday. And I so remember it. I mean, my younger brother was in one of the buildings. I mean, I don't deal with him at all anymore, but that has nothing to do with the Twin Towers. He miraculously escaped, a horrible death. It's and I just remember not knowing for a while where he was. And I remember stopping Christopher from calling him up and saying, "Don't get on the train." I had heard the news on my car radio, listening to Howard Stern. I went early to the post office to pick up a package, which was an unusual thing. When I opened the package, it was a gift from a cousin of mine. A thank you gift for something we did. I don't remember. Must have been music, or I don't know what they were. And it was a bottle of champagne with two like Thunderbird, like airplane looking birds flying side by side next to each other. And at the moment that I opened that box and picked up that bottle and looked at that label of those two, they look like fighter jets on this bottle. It was from Boston. This special champagne. Literally at that moment, the planes were hitting, and it was being broadcast on my car radio. And Howard and Robin were just like, "Oh my God, what is happening?" And I jumped out of the car, and I ran to I didn't have a cell phone then. I ran to the payphone on the corner by Jan's ice cream parlor here in Richmond Hill. Called up Christopher, just caught him before he was to get on the train to go into his Manhattan job, which was very close to the towers. I said, "Christopher, you don't have work today. The Twin Towers are being hit by airplanes. Turn on the news." He didn't know. He wasn't listening to the news. And anyway, all of that happened, and then I realized that, oh my God, my brother is down there. He's already at his office. And what a blur of confusion and panic, and not knowing when other attacks were going to be and what exactly this was. Yeah. You got to post your blog pieces on that tomorrow. Elena, all right, don't get lax because you did several amazing tributes to the memory of that day, and you should always, you got a gun, shoot it. I know you're not crazy about that saying, but you know I don't mind it. Yeah, you of all people, you don't mind it. Nope, got a gun, shoot it. Anyway, for everyone who was affected by September 11th, and if you're, if you're in my age group, you were affected regardless if you knew someone or didn't. If you were here in New York City, especially, nightmare. And you know, our thoughts are with all the families. And yeah, we knew a fireman. I grew up and was friends with a fireman who had only been on the job for a couple of weeks, and he was killed. And yeah. And a lot of people were killed. Yeah. A lot of people didn't come home from work that day. A lot of people didn't see mom, daddy ever again. There were rescue squads all over the city, going to people's apartments, saving animals whose owners were dead. Nobody knew who was dead and who wasn't dead for a while. It was like, the looking for remains. That was an ongoing thing every single day. More remains, as they dug up the rubble. You could smell it. You could smell it here in Queens. So I know you could smell it in Manhattan. It smelled like charred flesh. Every so often, a big whiff would come over, and woo, you kind of knew what that didn't smell like anything else. And mixed with all kinds of asphalt and everything else. But the fumes coming off of those ruins was not only segregated to Manhattan. It was coming across the water right here to Queens. We could smell it. We could see the smoke. It was literally our backyard. Shit, man. Manhattan. If there's no traffic, it's only 25 minutes. So. And then everybody went up to heaven. Christopher went to work a couple of days or a week later or whatever it was, and it was still a mess down there. Everybody was going out of business. All the stores were closing, and nobody was around, and except the rescue people. And I remember Christopher came home, and he goes, it was the craziest thing, Lynn. I was walking. Past the area over there where the showers went down, and there was just like a giant ray of like it looked like a ray, this surreal ray of light that was just going up into the heavens, and it didn't look like sun, it didn't look like anything, it just looked like a path of angels going up there. And I said, that sounds like that's exactly what it was, Chris. And now as I look at these two rays, I am reminded. Oh, Johnny, yeah. I was with you and I was with my family. Yeah, your family, uh, Shawnee and Yoko, my God, they live here. Yeah. Mm. My goodness.